time.
It's time.
And now, it's time for Herman and Sharron.
I love you. Thank you for joining us. We have an opportunity for everyone watching to feel wonderful.
That's right.
Every one of us want to feel good. We want to have quality of life. And Sharron, we have two young ladies with us.
Two young ladies, that's right.
Call them as you see them.
A mother and daughter.
But we have the founder and we have the daughter.
That's right.
And she has a title so long that you'll see it on the screen, okay? But good to have you guys.
Thank you. Dee Simmons and Deandra.
Yes.
Here in Florida with you guys. Hi, sweetie. Yes.
You know, they're like family, so I don't even mention their name.
I was going to say.
They've been with us forever.
I think about 15 years.
Yes, and that's neat because, you know, we have
seen... You haven't aged, you, Sharron.
We've seen each other.
You know, I'm 69, guys, but, you know, that's okay.
I got you beat.
You look great.
I'm your adult.
And Deandra finally grew up.
Yeah, she's just a kid.
Just a kid.
Right.
Be seated because we have some great information for you folks. You always come jam-packed with information. I have no idea. You must study all the time. You have your own labs that put together so it's not, you don't depend on someone else and say, you promised me you'll do this, you'll put this in there. Did you actually do it? But you know.
I know. I don't talk to people. I talk to the owner of the lab and the chemist, and they say, Dee Simmons is on the phone, like, oh, you know, what does she want now? Well, it's always something better.
And as I've said on other shows, you're one of those perfectionists. Just take a look at you, you know that. And Deandra, you know that, right? Perfectionist here.
Yes, I do. We talked about that before. My house now is a dream for me. But you can't eat off the floor like you can at hers.
As a result, you make sure that it's exactly like you want it.
Exactly. Because remember now, I'm really, and you know, maybe I was selfish in the beginning, you know, when I started the company 15 years ago, how long I've known you guys, because I was really making these products for me. You know, I had cancer 23 years ago. So I was really making them, the first product I made, which we're going to talk about today, for me. But then, you know, I just, like my husband always said, remember, Simmons' name's on it. You better be the best, and don't you ever come in here and tell me you needed another $100,000 or another $1 million or whatever. Make the best. Now, many times we've made what we thought was the best, and it didn't come out like we wanted it. And I said to my husband, I made 1,000 of those, and I've got to throw them in the trash or give them away. He said, what? And you know what? That's great. Denver works with a group called Genesis Shelter, Women's Shelter, and they just love us because we give them all their skincare, we give them all the nutrition.
Good for you.
And so we don't just give it, we don't really throw it. We give it to people.
Well, you guys are giving people. Trust me.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not going to go into what they've done, but this ministry that you see all across the country, the products that you make yourself available to everyone that we are offering today, when you do that, you're helping this ministry. You're reaching people with the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. So it's a win-win. And this is the greatest way I know to accomplish taking care of your body, taking care of the Lord's work.
That's exactly
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it is right.
And that's what
a win-win for everybody.
Thank you, because that's what you've done for these many years. What do we have today that we're going to explain, and you guys do it so well? Because, you know, so many times when you look at a product in the drugstore or wherever you get, you know, and you look at it, you look at what they have in there, but no one explains it.
Well, first of all, unfortunately, because we are pharmaceutical grade, what's on our label is really there. And many times, I'll be honest with you, people have sent me products, and I'm just very curious because I don't believe it's in there. And I've sent it off, Sharron, for $2,000 of my own money. I can have the lab analyze it, and they come back and they say, excuse me, it's not even in there. This says 300 milligrams, and there's like 100 milligrams. See, that's what people don't understand about label laws. Now, in Texas, our label laws are very strict. I mean, it's nothing for me to walk in many mornings, and there's just the FDA sitting right there. They'll let me, oh, hi, Dee, how are you? You know, great. Wow. What do you guys want? Look at everything I've got. They love us. They say that we're the nutrition company that rides a white horse. So that because they know that what's on our label is really there. And that's so important. When you are going into like the drugstores and different little maybe places that you might go for health food stores, guys, don't always trust the label. It's just not right. I hate to tell you that, but it's just really not right. But what is on our label is really, really in there. In fact, we make one product, this is so true, that your people love, the ORAC drink. Remember that?
Yes.
Did you know that we have on there, you get 6,000 milligrams of ORAC value, but you really get about 10,000? Because of the fact, you know, that was, I just said, let's just get 6,000 was what I was going after, but they're getting double. We don't even go there.
You never want the minus. You always ask for the plus.
That's right.
Yeah.
But what we're going to talk about today is...
Can I ask you, how did you build your immune system?
Well, you know, when I was diagnosed with cancer 23 years ago, there was really, I think, Sharron, you know this, 23 years ago, there was maybe a multivitamin on the market. That was about it. So what I did, I went to my husband and I said, now, I want to know why I got cancer. I was thin. I'd never been sick. I'd never had a cold in my whole life. I was 47 years old at the time. I'd never been sick. And he said, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, you know, my family in Dallas, Texas, if you're familiar with Dallas and UT Southwestern Medical Center, you'll see the Simmons Cancer Center. You'll see a lot of Simmons buildings.
You're givers.
So I had my hands on all the medical research, the scientific approach of medicine. But that wasn't it for me. I believe in that 110%, but I wanted to also find out why and give me some alternatives. So Glenn said, what do you want to do? I said, well, I want to travel the world. So I traveled the world, Herman and Sharron, literally for 2 years on my own dime, spent $1 million. There is no one, and when I get letters from your viewers or I get emails and they say, what about so-and-so, or what about this place? Been there, have I not drugged you around the world? I've drugged this kid everywhere. Because what
That's why she's so educated.
Every Thursday, this is a true story, every Thursday, we'd tell our pilots where we went to go. We'd get in the airplane, they'd have a map. We would go places.
Now, just so you understand, she didn't make this with the product. She's trying to create the product as she's talking right now.
I'm trying to find out. So as I would travel around, I would meet with different people. The only reason they would really meet with me, I'm going to be honest, hey guys, I'm as transparent. They want to meet my husband, because he's kind of well known in the business world. So the only way I could get an appointment was to say, I'm married to Glenn Simmons, and then they would see me. That was fine. I drug him. I drug this kid everywhere. So I did a lot of research. But through this, I became an avid student of nutrition. You know, knowledge is powerful. The word says, my people what?
Perish.
The farther than that. Yes. So I became very knowledgeable, and I realized that everywhere I went, different doctors, nutritionists, herbalists would tell me things I needed to do. But everyone said I needed to have phytonutrients, green foods. Well, I thought they meant broccoli. I didn't really know what they meant, which I love broccoli. But through that, I learned about the green foods they were talking about was the main one, which you hardly ever see anymore. Hardly ever see is kamut. And the reason for that is because kamut is so expensive. Now, a lot of companies will say, well, we took it out of our product because, you know, da-da-da-da. No, they took it out of their product because it's expensive. So through everyone telling me that, I needed to have all these green foods. So I would go to the store, I'd fill my basket, $2,000 a month, just like that, of all the kamut, chlorella, spirulina, wheatgrass, barley grass, all of that. Well, about that time, I knew I also needed to be juicing. Now I bought a Norwalk juicer, $2,000. I hired a woman that came to my house Monday through Friday. She would go buy the ingredients to do the juice, the vegetables, besides all the green foods, and she would juice for me. She would wash it, she'd chop it, she'd make it. Then I'd have to drink it within 10 minutes or the enzymes died. So one day I said, well, really, I guess I'm spending about $4,000 a month. And your dad said, what? What are you spending $4,000? I said, well, you don't think that Lucy shows up free, do you? He said, oh, I hadn't thought about it. So then he started juicing on Saturday and Sunday. He thought, well, I can save 2 days here.
Sure.
So he juiced on Saturday and Sunday. About that time, though, what was interesting is that, of course, I said through my research, I learned that the American Cancer Society, the Heart Association, and even the Surgeon General came out and said, hey, guys, now this was a long time ago, you need 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Now they say 9 servings. That's all changed. So they came right behind me and they said, because phytonutrients contain what we call cancer-preventing properties. Okay?
God's way.
God's way.
Yes.
So I said to Glenn, I've bought all this stuff, I've done all this, now God is really telling me to make a product, and that's how Ultimate Living, of course, became a reality, and my product, Green Miracle. And I said, I want to put it in a can, And he said, why I can? I said, because in my opinion, the way I see this, it's going to be a health food store in a can.
I love that term.
Health food store in a can. He said, okay. And he said, how many ingredients? I said, well, it's going to be called the Superstars of Nutrition. It's the Superstars. Now, it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be the Rolls Royce of the industry. We came up with 80 different ingredients that I had to have. 80. Well, that was fine, but I didn't want just anybody to make it, because what people don't realize with green foods, when a person makes a green product, they buy chlorella from one person, they buy, if they use kamut, from one, they buy spirulina, they buy this, they buy that from all different people. I finally did my homework and found out there was one man in the world that had the farms, that was in Utah, that could grow this. But he wouldn't even see me because he made products for major companies. Finally, this was a God deal. A man came to see me in my office about doing a radio show or something, and I mentioned the man's name, and he said, he's one of my best friends. I'll call him. And this man flew to Dallas, loved my heart, loved my story. He really cared about people.
Sure.
And he said, I'll make it. Now, we grow it all. And that's what makes us different.
My goodness.
We grow it in this beautiful...
So you know the freshness of it.
Oh.
You know that when you say it, you mean it.
Yes. Okay, so the difference is, say you're a company and you're buying all these different ingredients. Okay, Sharron, you're buying them and you put them up in the storage or whatever. Well, they're going to die. I mean, their enzymes die. You get them over 118 degrees, they die, and you get them when they're sitting around for a week. We actually, on our farm, we actually have this beautiful farm with, it's in a pristine area. There is no pollution, there is nothing. Now, what we do different, at the end of the day, we pay overtime for this. We send our people out into the fields because we want the sunshine to have been the vitamin D all day long, and now they're going to bring these in. We have a certain technique we do that we harvest them, and it's all in this little book that you're going to receive. It's a finished product in 15 minutes.
My goodness.
Finished. And the highest temperature we use is 70 instead of 108. We could get it by with 118. So we put it in this can. We made it. It's still, Ultimate Living could just, I mean, this product is
one of your best
the number
sellers.
one.
Yeah.
It is the number one seller. Doctors love it. I sell it to a major hospital, a cancer hospital, because they've looked at all of them.
Health food store in a can.
Health food store in a can. With it's even now, as you guys know, it's got the seal of approval from the Diabetes Resource Center, saying if you're a diabetic, this is see, most green foods are filled with sprays, with preservatives, maltodextrin. They're filled with sugars, all of these things. We don't have any of those things in here. This is pure. This is going to give you all your green foods, all your fruits. Now you're going to get your 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. You're going to get your enzyme. You're going to get your vitamins, your minerals. I even went so far as to bring in organic mushrooms, shiitake, reishi, maitake, all these mushrooms. And what those do, you say, oh, well, I don't know, because those could have fungus. Not mine. Mine are pharmaceutical grade. When they come into my laboratory, I have them in burlap bags. I put them into an isolation area. They come out. We check them 3 ways. Most people check them 1 way. We do the top level to check for anything, the bacteria or anything. Then we go into the middle level, and we go to the bottom. They go back into quarantine. They come back 7 days later. We check them again.
Now, they do what they say.
Oh, yeah, we do. Did you know?
What time should I take this?
Okay. I always tell people, when you get up in the morning, let's get that immune system going.
Okay.
Okay, so when I get up in the morning, I take 3 scoops. I put it in my aloe. Deanna will talk about it in a minute. Now I'm building my cells. I'm giving myself energy, stamina, ready to go for the day.
Wow.
Then what happens? About 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because I get up at 5:30 to pray for you, by the way, guys. And then about 3 o'clock, because I'm at my office all day, I work straight through without a lunch hour. I take Green Miracle. But about 3 o'clock, I will go in and I'll fix myself another drink, and it's like somebody turned the light bulb on again. I mean, my mental clarity is like you wouldn't believe it, guys. I'm ready to go. So twice a day.
Goodness. And that,
Twice a day.
And that needs to be consistent.
Very consistent.
And this will last how long?
A month.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you one thing your people always ask me.
Yes.
They still ask me that, and that's why we're going to talk about this book. Well, I take 8 pills a day, 8 prescription drugs a day. Can I take it with medication? Let me ask you a question. Can you eat broccoli? Can you eat spinach? Can you eat cabbage?
Can you just eat?
Can you eat?
Yeah.
This is natural food, guys. It's plant. It's what you call the phytochemicals, the phytonutrients. Now, there's a certain way we'd like for you to do this. And Deanna, why don't you talk, because you've been to the labs, about the aloe and the minerals, because it's
and we've got about 13 minutes left. So, folks, write the number down and take this information because it's important to you. I'm telling you, you're going to want what we're talking about here because your quality of life is going to jump up. Okay? And you'll probably be able to jump up.
Okay, so what we like people to do is do the whole program here. So the Green Miracle, the aloe, and the minerals. And the aloe is nature's, it carries the nutrients to the cellular level. So that's why, and it also puts you in the perfect pH balance. The main thing, you know, when we wake up in the morning, what most people do is they go grab a cup of coffee. True. What does that do? That goes right into acid balance. So you're throwing your body into acidosis is what it's called actually. But what you're gonna do with this, if you even took one of those little pH strips and you put it before you took your Green Miracle and then you mixed your aloe and your Green Miracle and your minerals and you came back and took it after, you'd be right in perfect pH balance.
Perfect.
And what the aloe does, it's great for people that have gastrointestinal problems, acid reflux, GERD, all kinds of heartburn, indigestion, anything like that. It's wonderful for that, but what it mainly does is it gets this product right into the bloodstream immediately, and it drives it into those cells. That's why it's so important to have the aloe. People say, well, do I have to do that? Can I mix it with certain other types of juice? We prefer that you don't do that because especially if you mix it with like orange juice that's high acid, you're just throwing yourself into more acid problems.
We got that papaya too.
Yeah, and then here's the papaya too.
So would you take this before you ate breakfast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be okay.
That would be great.
You want to do that.
Yeah, and then also people ask if you're taking immune support, you take that before. A lot of people that watch your show are on our immune support formula for diabetes and things of that nature, and also to build their immune system. And that's kind of tastes like a tea. That's the first thing you do, and then you wait another 15 minutes and you're going to do this program. Okay. So, but that's a separate issue. But and a lot of people that watch your show are on that product too. Then you're going to take, like Mother said, it has the papaya that's full of vitamin C. Papaya is great for digestion. It's full of, like I said, the vitamin C and the nutrients that you need. That's why we put the natural papaya. It's going to be floating around, little bits of papaya in there. That's what that is.
So all of this is compatible.
All of that's compatible. And then the last thing is the minerals. Everyone in this country, I don't know anyone that's not minerally deficient unless they've been taking these. And the reason is because of our soil is so depleted of minerals because of topsoil erosion, and we continue to farm the same soil all the time. And so this is 50 minerals in nature's perfect balance. They're ionic. Most minerals that you buy out there are colloidal minerals. Colloidal minerals come from mines. They're ground up rocks. They're toxic. Plus the structure is too big to get through the cellular wall. These are ionic. They're small enough to penetrate the cellular wall. It's going to help fight disease. It's going to give you more energy. It's going to actually make every other metabolic function in your body work properly because you have to have minerals to get everything else. It's a catalyst. It's like the supercharger catalyst to get everything else driven in your body.
That's what I want.
So these three
That's
all
what I
go
want.
together.
Yes.
Just put them all together.
Let's me this.
Mix them up.
And here's what people are going to say. Well, okay, I tried to put this in a glass and stir it. It didn't work. I thought about that. We have our little Green Miracle shaker. That is awesome.
Shake it, baby, shake it.
Okay, so what you're doing is, all you're going to do, and you guys have one, you're going to put your Green Miracle in here, your minerals in here. You're going to put your aloe, anything else you want to put. Like if you want to put the ORAC drink in here.
Wonderful.
You can even put the immune support. You can really put everything in here. You put it in here, and then after you put it in here, oh, this is so wonderful. You're just going to shake it up really, really good like that. And there will not be a grain left. Flip it up. I take this sometimes in my car, and this is wonderful. Another thing.
Now they get that?
We're going to give it to you today. We've always charged for it. We're giving you two things today free.
Wow.
Now let me tell you. They're not going to remember everything I've said, right?
Burn that phone line up.
Yeah, burn it up.
Yeah.
They're not going to remember what D. Simmons has said. But when you get this little, it's a miracle, it's Green Miracle, and it saved my life, it's going to give you my story. It's going to tell you how, we're going to actually see pictures of how we do these products, how we do these ingredients. It's going to answer every question. I know your question.
How about pets?
Oh, with a Green Miracle for pets. Yes, thank you. We sell a ton, and we're the only company that's been approved by the SPCA.
Endorsed by the SPCA.
I love dogs.
Yes, and not only that, Herman, for every bottle of pet I sell, Pets for Green Miracle for Pets, I give $1 back
To the
SPCA for those little
Good for you.
doggies that I love so
Yes,
much.
that everybody,
you know. Then we also,
discards.
little Susie and little Johnny, they're sometimes don't want to take the green stuff. You know, let's face it.
That's
but
right.
they need the green stuff now more than ever because of the fast foods and the sodas they're drinking. So what we did the multivitamin for kids, but guess what? It's full of green miracle. And those kids don't even know it. It's delicious. It's chewable. They'll think it's a candy, but all that is a cherry flavoring, natural cherry flavoring because there's no sugar in it. It is so good. And you give them, it depends on their age. They start at 2 years old. They go to 12 years old. They're 2 years old. Up to like 5, they take 1 a day. Over 5, from 5 to 12, they take 2 a day.
What you have said before, if they chew one of these, they probably want to ask for another
You
one.
have to hide them.
So good.
And can I say that?
Deandra grabs them too.
I know. I love them. I love
One
them.
thing, let me just say, also, while I'm thinking about it, which I meant to always say, everything that your people buy, when they buy a case, which is 6, they save another tremendous saving. And what they're doing, Herman, Sharron, they're saving on shipping and handling. Because you need to be on this the rest of your life.
Yes, yes,
So why
yes,
not
yes.
order 6 of all of them, save another percentage off, get 1 shipping charge, instead of doing it every month.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And you know, you may be watching and say, I can't afford it. You're going to afford it someplace. Someplace you're going to afford
yeah.
And hopefully it's not
kind
at
of
the
thing you
pharmacy.
need. Yes, that's exactly right. I mean, a multi-million-dollar pharmacy.
So,
And then, Mom, the multivitamin also
Okay,
that
let me
we
tell you
have.
another
Yes.
thing.
The
We
foundation
are known
of nutrition.
all over the world for our multivitamin. In fact, a lot of you guys take it. And you know, I'm not a sales gimmick person. It's like Herman's talked so much about infomercials, which that's okay. I just don't care for them.
Yeah.
I want you to understand my product. When I made a multivitamin, which most companies do not do this, I make 1 for women, 1 for men. That's just a way to make more money. I'm sorry, it doesn't have to be that way. I made 1 for men and women alike. The only thing a man needs, he needs 15 milligrams more zinc, which is in our men's formula for the prostate.
Perfect.
Everything else is in here. So why do you want to go buy? You see, again, and everybody buys them by the case. This is the best multivitamin in the whole world, in my opinion. I mean, it makes a difference in how you feel.
Well, you've
with
covered the
energy.
whole world trying to figure out what the formula should be.
I have,
Yeah.
trust me. So just think about it. When they order this today, and these are going to be add-ons, of course, if they want to order the pet product, the Green Miracle for pets, they want to order that.
Yes.
The ones for children, right?
Perfect.
The multivitamin. But we're going to give them that shaker. And this, so this book sells for right here.
I can't believe you're giving the
$13.
shaker.
I'm doing it for
You
them
didn't tell
only.
me that
Well,
part.
Don't tell anybody.
Is this
that.
shaking you up? Is this shaking you up?
So what they're getting, say 13 times 7, what's that? I can't imagine.
All of us geniuses are
Well, geniuses, I mean, I know about
That's
the
not my
nutrition.
forte.
That's not my forte
I
either.
think that's $21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they're getting
I'll trust
$21 free. I've never.
3
again,
times 7. You said 13 times 7.
Well, no, you have 13
Okay.
plus
Oh, okay.
$7.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Oh, I thought you said times.
What,
Okay.
is that $20?
20.
7.
20.
Okay, you have 7. No, you have 17.
$20.
Thank you. $20. We
You
are.
said times. I got confused.
Okay, just ask me about nutrition. Don't ask me about dollars. That's what my problem. My husband says.
Let's go for the 20.
Yeah, so they're getting, but like Deandra said, she's been with me for 12 years.
We've
have
never given that away.
Ever.
And that thing is awesome. I mean, it does great with your Green Miracle, but I use it to make all the salad dressings. It's great for pancake batter. It's great for anything that you need to shake up.
Yeah.
I mean, sauces. It's awesome. It's great in the kitchen.
Thank you on behalf of our audience.
So you're going to
Really.
enjoy
But they
that
need
little,
to get on the
that
phone
little
Yes.
gift.
because when
Yeah.
these run out,
They're gone.
they're gone. I mean, I'll have the book, they're gone. But when these go, they're gone. And I'm just doing it for you guys. Dan, like she said, she's never seen it. Not going to do it anymore.
I know
But I want
we've
to
had
do
you a
something
long
special.
time. This is great what you're giving
then
away.
we have-
By the
yes.
way, newsletter.
Newsletter.
And
brand new.
The
And
best
Brand new.
paper you can imagine. Everything this lady does is like the best, and she gives you all of these tips. And what about this?
That's the
That's our
catalog with all the
catalog
products.
with all the products
That's
in it.
sent
That's
also.
normally $3, and it's totally free. That newsletter is normally $25 a year. It's free.
And this covers all
and
your
then
products.
So really, that's more stuff. we're
we
giving for.
hope that everybody's going to give us their email address because now every week we have an e-news blast that comes out with the
neat.
newest in health and skincare and fitness and everything that's on the cutting edge. We'll send an e-blast every week to everyone that's on our email newsletter.
Deandra,
Yes.
go over this product one more time.
Okay, today we're talking about the Immune Health Pack, which is the first thing, which is the Green Miracle. And aloe papaya and the ionic trace minerals. That's the basic pack that we talked about. Yes, that was just up.
So what
now
they
then,
get free.
for free, I'm not finished yet.
I'm sorry.
Perfectionist.
She's cooking.
And then for free, you're going to receive
shaker
right there,
shook her up.
the shaker. I know, I'm shook about that. The shaker and the It's a Miracle book you're going to get for free if you order the Immune Health Pack. Now then, we also talked about our add-ons, and our add-ons are the multivitamin. For adults, everyone has to have the foundation of nutrition, has proper amounts of vitamin E, has 400 international units of vitamin E, everything that you need in there, vitamin C, everything. And then you have the multivitamin for kids with Green Miracle. Little Johnny and Susie don't want to take this yet. They're going to start on this, but then we'll move them into this about 12 years old.
And you say they're good.
Oh, I love them. Well, I'm guilty of eating them at my desk.
She munches on them.
Yes. And then, so those are the two add-ons, the two multivitamins.
I got to show you something. This is really
oh, and then the Green Miracle for Pets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Endorsed by the SPCA.
Look at this, folks.
Can y'all get that?
Don't you love puppies?
That's a little Bentley.
How much is that, Herman?
Isn't that beautiful?
It's right here. Okay, that is $30. Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness.
And there is in here you're going to have 200 tablets.
And
so
you give how much to the SPCA?
$1 for everyone I sell. Everyone I sell. So I'm giving back to your ministry,
yes.
right?
And you're giving again?
I'm giving them $1. So like Glenn said, you're always a wash, Jay. You never make any money.
She blanks out. Okay.
I just blank it out.
But you really love people.
I love people.
And help people.
Love it.
And that's your high.
Yes, that's my high.
And
when I get the letters every day, and I get the people, sometimes I do get tired. Guys, I'm 69 and I do get tired. But when you send me those letters and you say, thank you, I don't have arthritis problems anymore, or thank you, my blood pressure's gone down. Guys, that's just one more confirmation that God called me in this ministry to help you get well. And as long as I have breath in my body, as long as I have the energy, you're going to see D. Simmons back here at Herman and Sharron telling you about how to take care of your health.
And Deandra, did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
So you got to keep coming.
Too. We keep taking all of her supplements and everything. We'll be here when she gets back.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Exactly. Yeah. In February, I had another birthday. It was 71. So I need this kind of thing so that our quality of life, we can do television, we can present ministries to you, and have lives changed. If you could just understand all of the places this program goes across the country on satellite, and how many people are helped, and because of you guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Because you are as much of this ministry as we are coming here doing programs. We could not do this unless you make yourself available to this product. And isn't it wonderful that we have a company to represent this product that is straightforward, honest, integrity, all of the things that we all want in a company, so that when we read the label, we can say, it really is in there. Yeah. It actually is doing to me what it says it'll do. So you need to be consistent. So once you get the product, become a daily user. And that will make the difference. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Bill Malone of Christian Television Network's Plan Giving Department. Did you know that a will is one of the most important documents that you will ever sign? Yet a majority of Americans die each year with no will, and so the government receives a large percentage of their estate in taxes and fees. We can help you eliminate this loss with our free Guide to Wills and Trusts booklet. Call the number on your screen or go to our website for further information. Your long-range plans deserve special attention.
Watch Life Today, weekdays as James and Betty Robison provide real answers to real problems through compelling guests and miraculous testimonies. Witness God's love through inspiration, hope, and life. Join us in making a real difference in our world by changing countless lives and building stronger families. Don't miss Life Today with James and Betty Robison, weekdays on this station.
30 years ago, I was sitting in front of the television set in my home, and a word was spoken that forever altered my life. And that's exactly what happens every day whenever CTN programming is going into people's homes. And that's why it's so important that as believers and as people who really want to change lives, we gather together and give of our resources so that CTN can remain on the air.
How can a known poison that exists in our food supply or medication